Have you been wondering which you should do first, sell your house or find your next house? I'm Denise, Schilling real estate agent, and you're not alone. This question comes up all the time. So today we're going to go through pros and cons and help you make the right decision. Don't forget, guys, if you find these videos helpful, click the subscribe button and comment below and say hello. One plus to selling your house first is you know exactly what you have to work with. You don't want to go under contract to buy a house and then find out that you're going to sell your house for less than you thought, and you may not qualify for the house you went under contract for, and you might find yourself having to pull out of that contract. Or on the flip side, you might sell your house for more than you thought, and you might have been able to afford that perfect house that you found, but you passed on because you didn't think you could afford it. Another plus to selling your house ahead of time is you don't have to put the contingency of the sale of your house on an offer that you submit to the new house that you want to buy. This is especially important in a seller's market. When a seller receives several offers, if your offer has a contingency on it to sell your house, meaning that if your house doesn't sell by a certain date, then you can back out of the contract on the house that you're buying, a seller is going to opt for an offer that does not have that contingency, so they don't have to run the risk of you backing out of that contract because your house doesn't sell. Another plus to having it already sold, you'll have more cash in hand and you won't have to justify being able to afford paying 2 mortgages, which could make it more difficult to get approved for that second one. Now you might be asking, if I sold my house, where would I live? That's where the post-occupancy agreement comes in place. A post-occupancy agreement gives you usually up to 60 days that you can stay in your house after you close. You would be paying the new buyer rent. Now that rent amount is negotiable. Oftentimes I see it as a daily rate of what the mortgage is. Now if you decide to buy a new place first, it can decrease your stress as you're moving. You can take your time moving your possessions from your old place to your new place. But be prepared if you're carrying 2 mortgages. Obviously, it's more beneficial if the mortgage is already paid off on the first one, but if it's not, be prepared to pay at least 2 or 3 months worth of 2 mortgages. It's always good to have a couple extra months of mortgage payments set aside in case the house does not sell as quickly as you expect. You don't want to drain your emergency account trying to make these 2 mortgage payments that you weren't expecting. And you also don't want to get into the place where it becomes so expensive holding on to these 2 mortgages that you wind up selling the house for much less than you could have gotten out of it just to get it off your hands. Another possibility to consider if you plan on buying first is that you can rent your old home out to avoid paying 2 mortgages. If you have any questions or comments about this, feel free to comment below. If you found this video helpful, click like, and I will see you next week. Bye.